Generic greetings and welcome to Drop Dutchy. Today's beverage is a very fine and healthy green tea. So welcome to Drop Dutchy. This is a deck building roguelike, and yes, I am aware that in 2025 there's only really three main genres of games. You have your deck building roguelike, you have your simulator genre, and then there's pretty much everything else, which, to be fair, is in its minority. Joking aside, however, I have quite enjoyed Drop Dutchy. You've got a fairly hybrid set of mechanics. You've got your deck building roguelike, you've got some combat, you've got some city building, you've got some puzzle elements. Either way, it's an easier game to show rather than describe. Let's go to start new run and let's see what it has to offer here. Let's go with a normal difficulty and with the Duchy deck, which has a farm watchtower, wood clearer. Those buildings will become probably understandable hopefully later on. Let's go with 50 health, yes, and the other two decks I've not unlocked because, well, truth be told, even though I've got an hour and a half's worth of player time on this one, I've not actually won a game yet, so, well, let's see how this run goes. So we have 50 health out of 50, so that's not going to stay the same, I'm sure, and we basically have to get to the end up the north here and then defeat the boss, and along the way we will gather resources, the resources being gold, generic currency, wood and food, and we use that to unlock and build and things like that. So we have three regions here, all of them which will be peaceful because it's the first thing we encounter, and they have a certain split, so you got 50-50 in terms of, I think it's grassland or plains it's probably called, and the forest, this one is 75-25 and then 30-70. I like the way that the tabs below that actually change shape based on the percentages. I'm going to go with the 50-50 because that seems like a fairly decent one to go for. So it shows you the terrain that you are going to sort of see as you play along here. No enemy decks because it is a peaceful region as we mentioned, and then the farm watchtower and wood clearer. You can spend food to unlock different building slots, but well, we haven't done anything yet, so well, there's the end of that chat. Let's go to ready and see what's going on. So let's go according to that one, and yes, it is basically Tetris but without the time limit, so you don't have to go is that the theme tune? Anyway, we have to slot this in somewhere, so this one is woodland, and I'm going to place it on the left here and we'll lock it into place. You can see there's a timer there, but you can press S to just lock it. Basically you can use WSD and just use that for playing the entire game. I'm going to try and put these all together because you want to try and sort of group things where possible. This one is not ideal. I'm going to place it there, however, because I'm noticing the farm is up next, and the farm turns, it says range 1, turns each plane into fields, so I'm going to put it next to that one there, like so, and then we turn those into fields, so job done. This next one is pretty much going to slot in there, okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press E to reserve that, because I want to see what this next one is like, and okay, right, I'm going to see. Let me swap that about, and I'm going to drop this in here and lock that in place, and then swap over to this one. Now that's going to be a bit of an issue, however, oh yes, actually that is going to be a bit of an issue. I'm going to change that back over to the watchtower. Now this is a military building and it produces archers, I think, or ranged units. There's three military units. You've got like ranged units, you've got, I'm going to call it barbarians, but I don't know the proper term. They've got axes, and then you've got some swords people as well. But this recruits, and well, yeah, that's all good, and I'm going to place it probably here because you gain extra ones for fields, so there we go. Even though this is a passive run, you do gain gold for every military unit remaining, so I'm actually wanting to do that. Let me lock that in place, and that's our first line. So once you get a full line, it doesn't delete itself like in contemporaries, however it does generate some resources. Let me go ahead and lock this in place here because that's going to generate another field. Hang on, so we gather some military units and then we turn it into a field, and then it retroactively recruits some more units, so it's fairly forgiving on that front. This one is exactly the same. Oh no, it's not exactly the same as that one. This one can slot in there quite nicely, and then another line is explored, and then this one will go in here like so. This one is, we're generating not great amounts of tiles here. I don't like these weird shape ones. This is a wood clearer, range 2 for each forest in the plane. Turn it into plane recruit wood. Actually, if I put it here, then I'll generate another line and turn this into like resources. That's all good, and would generate lots of food there as well. I'm going to swap over to this because this is going to also slot in quite nicely, and then that turns again into another line. And oh, what about this one here? Let me just slot that there. If it fits, it sits. There we go, generating some more troops. And I think you're picking up what the game is putting down by this point. Let me swap this in here and then generate, what was it, another 2 lines there? Yeah, there we go. So lots of food, lots of wood, and it's all about harvesting here. Swap over to this one. This can lock in place here and get another line. We've got another one which I'm going to place in there, and then basically we've got this last one, which it's not going to really matter much. That'll go there, and then well done. So the piece that's remaining in your sort of hold slot, it just gets deleted. So resources collected is 117 wood, 110 food, and 16 gold, because obviously that was the troops remaining. And yeah, there we go. That is what's happened here. Let's go to continue, and we then get to select a card. So ranger base, roadhouse, okay, and carpenter. Can't really walk past a roadhouse. Collect 5 gold for each terrain square in the row. That's pretty good. Military base is also good, however it costs 400 wood. I'm going to go with the roadhouse because the meme. And let's see, we go over to a guild, which is get a building card. Let's go random production building or random military building. We've just picked up a production building, so I'm going to go with military. And we've got an alarm tower, a wooden fortress, and a ranger base. Garrison 10, so we get 10 units straight away, and turn each forest into plain and recruit 3. Alarm tower is pretty much the same, so but this is axes rather than swords. Recruit 10 for each enemy military building aligned with it. Okay, that sounds pretty good, but it's also, what, 250 gold? I'm going to go with Wooden Fortress. Yeah, we'll go with that one. And then we have now, again, 3 options. All this is dynamically generated, by the way, so no run is going to be the same. In fact, this is actually the first time I've seen 3 buildings in a row since, well, actually, since then. But anyway, you've got hostile region, a peaceful region, and another hostile region. So why would you not go for the peaceful region? Well, that's because it gives the boss extra health, so we really don't want to be doing that one. Going to go with a 30-70 split on the left, and it says 25 plus military units here, so we'll go over there. And you can see the ranger base, and mercenary camp. That's what they're going to get for the enemy deck. And I'm going to unlock another slot and put in the fortress. I can only really fit in the fortress. And yeah, what shall I do here? Shall I swap out the farm, maybe? Turn it in. If I swap out the farm, I could put in the roadhouse. The farm just generates extra food, really, so I don't really need that necessarily, but I do want a roadhouse for gold later on. Let me just go ready on that one and see how we get on here. So all that's sort of shuffled in the deck, and we now have to draw, and that is a absolutely terrible piece for the first part of it. So this one is good. Let me just see which way would that sit. So I want to have it so we do, yeah, that one. So that's going to slot in here. So lock that in place. Go over to this one and then put that in place in here. We then have the wooden fortress. Let's turn each forest into something else. What I'm going to do is swap out to this one. And I think what I'll do is I'll put it in here, knowing what we're getting. That goes in there. Swap this one out to go in here, because I'm noticing that we've got another 4 by 1 slot coming up, so that'll go in there, and then we'll generate loads of sort of swords persons there. And we'll go with the roadhouse, and let's maybe put that in here, because again I think I can probably slot in this next one, the ranger base. Garrison 8, recruit 3 for every connected forest piece. So putting it there would get 1 connected forest. So I don't really want that. What I will do is I'll place this in here. So there we go. And again, we'll generate some more, and it'll be another line as well. Double line, actually, so that's all good. And then swap out for this one. We'll place that in here, so that'll lock in. Won't get any extra. That's fine though. And mercenary camp. It's just a straight up garrison 9, so that can pretty much go in here. And then maybe... Oh, that actually will go very well in there. And I'm noticing there's going to be another identical tile, actually. It's yes, this L-shaped piece which is going to go in there, and that's going to be another couple of lines, and also some more gold as well. So we've generated so far 28 swords, and they've only got 9 swords and 8 archers. This one is another one based on forests, so I'm going to place that in here, and that's fine. This next one I'm going to put in this corner, and then you've got a wood clearer, which, to be fair, if I play this right, I might be able to... okay, no, it's sort of facing off the wrong direction, really. I'm going to put it in here, because why not? And that's another line, and then the wood clearer, which... oh, actually, that's going to... Oh, wait, no. Is this one... Yes, you don't want adjacent forests, so actually it's going to slot in there quite nicely, followed by the wood clearer, which is going to go in there. Yep, that's fine, and then we'll turn that into plains and then generate more. We're going to swap out to this one, and okay, if I put it there, it's not going to be very good. I'm going to go back to this one, and you know what, I'm just going to put that in place on the right, on the left there. Let's put that in there. That's okay, and we're still generating a lot of these yeah, the wood ones, and I don't really want to put them over there because they're going to get more troops. I think I have enough troops to deal with it, enough military buildings. Let's just put that in there, because why not? And, okay, is there anywhere I can put this? It'll probably slot in there, that's fine. And then we've got a watchtower, so it recruits based on the plane in the field. Now, this is going to be a bit of a test. Can I slot it in the right there? And I can, so there you go. Yeah, that's okay. Only 2 a generation, but that's fine. You don't have to use up all of the tiles, you just have to not run out of space. However, that is actually becoming quite evident here, and I think I'm going to have to... use this one. It will get some adjacency, but definitely don't want to do that. We'll get some adjacency bonus here, so that's a bit of a shame. So we'll get some more troops, there we go. But I think we have enough to deal with it. So let's fight. This is the first fight we've had in the game. So we have to take on all of these, and there's a key over here to show what best sort of rock, paper, scissors type of style. So swords are greater than ranged greater than axes greater than swords, and you can combine them. So whatever's the most, but basically it's all going to be swords. So we're going to say those go to there, and then take out the archers, and then whatever's left go to there, and start the battle. So it doesn't give us an exact readout, but I'm pretty confident we're going to win this one. There we go, and finally 19 versus 9, we've got 10 left, job done, and we have won the battle, and we generate a bit more gold generic currency after the fact, because, well, basically, yeah, we have those remaining. So 33 units, 28 for the enemy. Outcome is plus 10 net, and that's job done. Let's go to next and continue. So another set of cards to select. These, by the way, as you play, there's certain like unlocks and stuff. Again, it's a rogue-like, so you'll get more of these as you progress on. So you've got militia base, you've got rally point and a watchtower, and I think I've already got the latter. I'm going to go with maybe the rally point. Yeah, go for that one there. And you can skip it, but we're not going to bother. And then over to the food depot, is it? And you can take, you get 200 food, or you can spend 15 of your health to gain some more. I'm just going to take the straight up gift, and then this is a trading fair, and I don't know if I actually want to do any trading. Actually, you know what I do? I want to sell some food to gain more gold, and then hostile region or a peaceful. We're going to go again with the hostile, because I don't want to give the boss any extra health. Let me unlock another part of the deck and put the rally point in there. We've got a mercenary camp, we've got an alarm tower and another alarm tower, and we'll ready that one up and see what we draw. So we've immediately drawn an alarm tower, garrison 13, so straight away 13 enemies, and recruit 15 for every military building aligned with it. So right along the well, you can see the lines there. So straight up and then to the left. I'm just going to put it in that corner because we can, and I'm going to have to think about this wooden fortress, because it is coming up. But let me probably place that in here, because I don't want to do much else. Let's see, put that in there. That'll give us a line, so that's good. Then the wooden fortress will slot in about there, and that'll go quite nicely. And it's not aligned with the other building on the right, so they're not going to generate any more, which is good. This piece I'm actually going to bank for the moment. This one will slot in nice there. Sadly, we're only drawing wood. Sorry, we're only drawing plains, not wood, because I want some more stuff for the wooden fortress. But there's another line, so you know we're not doing terrible. That one is really not ideal. Again, we've got a wood clearer coming up as well, which is yeah, something I'll bank because we've not drawn any wood. Let me go with this over here, and then this one can slot in like so. We've got another alarm tower, and I'm probably going to put that again on the right. It does say enemy military building, so it shouldn't generate its own stuff. Now, putting that in there is it's suboptimal, isn't it? I'm gonna have to place it there, and then this is a roadhouse. I'm gonna slot that in here, and yeah, that's fine. I'm waiting, and I'm seeing it coming up actually for the big square. Let me just go for the wood clear. I'm going to put that in there because even though it's not going to really help us out for the building wise, it will slot in there and give us a couple of line bonuses, so that's all good. Lots of food there. And then the wood clearer, which will go in here because we will be able to clear that and again get some more wood and more gold because of the building. And let's see, rally point, recruit for each plane. Okay, so putting it in there might help. Yeah, I've got 8 on that one. I'm still winning when it comes to generation of stuff. That's going to have to go... Where can that go? If I put it there, it's not going to help out. And the watchtower... Actually, you know what? It'll slot in there quite nicely. Watchtower. Recruit 1 archer for every plane. That's actually not terrible there. Yeah, we've got 7 off it. That's fine. Another line explored. And the other one will slot in there and give us another couple of lines. So there you go. So more troops, more lines, more money, more better. Yep, that's all good. And then we have this other one, which is going to go in here. And then, yeah, this is pretty much not going anywhere now. I think this is... pretty much over with this round. Let's go for that one there. That's all good. 20, line explored. And I'm going to switch this out to this one because this might give us the extra bonus. So we gain 4, and is it 6 tiles? Yeah, it's 6 tiles, so we get 39 axes. So yeah, it's pretty much game over for the opponent. So we're going to combine all these into axes, and axes best swords. So we're going to go swords, and then just do the rest of it like that and start the battle. So we all combine 28. Then 67, and then, yep, that's pretty much them done for, and all good. Yeah, so we've not lost any main health here, and we've won that battle, and we've gained a lot of gold, so that's fine. Let's continue, and we've got a horse stable, town, and exploited lands. Each square counts as a field, generates 20 when explored. Interesting. Horse stable, military building, end of round, recruit 3 swords for each square that has a horse stable and the closest building in its row, and then a town, which is when explored, gain 75% of all other exploration gains in the row. That seems to be fairly middling. Let's go with the town. And we have another choice here, which is gold, and, well, I'm just going to take the gold, I'm not going to lose any health. Another hostile region here, coming close to the enemy. Do I need to unlock? I think I do need to unlock to get the farm or the town back. I'm going to go with the town, and can I unlock the next one? No, I cannot. Okay, I've got so much gold, however, there's loads of gold. Anyway, over to the next fight, and let's go. So straight away we have this piece of forest, which is going to go on the left. The next one is going to go in here. Got a mercenary camp coming up, so we'll see what we have to do there. But just slotting these in place. It's just a straight up garrison 13. So do I put that there? What you can do is tactically just bank it and just don't bother with it. Just leave it in the sort of banked area where you saved it, and I have done that in the past. It's a bit cheeky, but I think it's you know, fairly understandable. Rally point. It's plain and field. Right, I need to not have that in my life. That's probably going to go over here if I can just slot it in. The problem is that this tile is not very good, and placing the mercenary camp is also not ideal either. Okay, I think I might have to sacrifice a line by doing something like that. Yeah, it's sort of painful to do, but whatever. We have to put up and shut up, I guess. That's going to slot in there. That's going to go in here. Another line explored. So we have, like I say, sacrificed a line, but hey-ho. This is collect 5 for each terrain square in a row. So you want it that way, don't you? And I think I'm going to put it in... I'm going to put it in here, because it shouldn't affect the building next to it. But this one can drop in there, which is nice, and generate some more money, which, to be fair, the coffers are overflowing here. This one is going to go on the left, and that means that we're going to get this. Putting it there would be disastrous, so am I going to sacrifice another one? I think I probably am, so yeah, it's going to go in there. I could have probably put the mercenary camp in there and got another generation, but, well, nah, it's okay. Let me go with this, because we'll generate some... Oh, hang on, that's going to change. Oh, yeah, that's bad. Okay, misplay. Massive misplay there. So if I could probably put this in here. However, it's also going to mean the enemy's going to get some more troops. I think we'll be okay because we've got a rally point and a wooden fortress coming up. But yeah, let's just see. And they've now got tax collector achievement. Right, recruit 4 for each plain and field. So it's going to go in there, and that's fine. And the wooden fortress is coming up, which is... It's going to have to just slot in there. That's actually quite a good position for it, because it's going to net me another couple of lines for the resources, although I am starting to feel the pinch of the of the tiles here. Where can that go? I mean, it could go there. That's going to generate me some more troops, and then the next one will slot in very happily there as well. And this watchtower... it's gonna go here. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna... Actually, I can say not gonna generate a lot, but it's not terrible. This next one I'm gonna place in the corner. That's not gonna net me anything. This one is not going to help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, that will actually be okay, because that's going to get me some troops from the left and right, and then that should be another double match. There we go. And then, ooh, that's all kinds of bad. We don't want to put that against plains or fields, so I'm just going to slot it in the right, and that can go nicely there. And this one will drop into there to generate a couple more lines. Have we got more troops than the opponent? I believe we do, so I'm not too worried. That's going to slot in, and then that's going to slot in. And it's a game there. So let me combine all of these and just do that and start the fight. So that's going to take us to 50 odd, is it? 58, and take out their 28, and then the 30 remaining will go to the 14 remaining 16, which means we've won and also gained some more money. And that's alright. Continue. Let's see. Hunting Lodge, Orchard, and an alarm tower. Recruit 10 for each enemy military building aligned to it. So we've seen them have that, but us not so much. I'm going to go with actually that one. Yeah, that's fine. And then we've got a trading fair coming up, and we can trade. Exchange a level 1 card from your deck to a random card, or trade resources. To be fair, I don't really need to trade anything. We are a little bit low on food, so I'm going to go for that one. That means that we go to the wall. So this is a boss battle, and we go over there, and I'm going to unlock and get myself the alarm tower, and then the last one, and I get the farm. So there is the enemy, yeah, and there's the enemy and the wall as well. So this is a bit of a sticking point, so we have to go through the wall, which is going to be a bit of a problem. That's a rally point, which I'm going to bank straight away. I don't want to be dealing with that right now. We'll go for the wood one here. Wooden fortress is going to slot in right next to it like so that's good. And turn those into plains, in which case we get some more troops. This next one will... I mean, I think I'm just going to have to put it like so. There's nothing adjacent, but this one will go in next to it, which is all good. And there we go. Turns that into some swords. And then we've got garrison 12, strategic pavilion here. Recruit 12 ranged for each adjacent military building. Well, if I put that in here, it's not going to get any adjacency bonus, so that's good. But we do get a line. Not a great one, but it is what it is. The next one will go in here. We've got a farm coming up, and also that's going to go in here. So turn the plains into fields. Okay. And then we've got in this other one, which is going to slot in... I mean, there, not so much. Definitely not there, though, because that's going to give a horrible adjacency bonus. Let me go with... Nothing is ideal for this one. Nothing is ideal. There is as best I can really hope for. And this next one, I'm just going to lock off the other side. I just don't want to make a mistake and have that, you know, generate some stuff. Garrison 11, turn each adjacent forest into a plain and recruit 4, so that can go in here. That's all good. And then this next one is far from ideal. It's actually very far from ideal. That would be disastrous, placing it there. I think I'm just just going to have to put up and shut up and it'll go there. Town, when explored, gain 75% of all the other exploration tiles. I don't want to get past the wall. I'm going to have to go here, really. It's where it's going to go. So, should be a bit more generate. Yeah, that's fine. The wood one's going to go here. The watchtower can go... Where can it go? Let me just double check this one. It is plains. It can go there. And we'll generate 1. This next wood one can go in that corner, and then we've got an alarm tower coming up, which placing it in there would be pretty good because it is in a row, so we gain 20 troops, so happy with that. That's a good match. This one is not so much a good match, but it's not really going to go anywhere than... Ooh, will that make it? I'm hitting the wall. I'm not entirely sure of the mechanics on that one. I'm going to have to play it safe and go to the right there. Roadhouse. I guess we're going to place it in there. And yeah, that's fine. We've got a wood clearer now, which is all good. So it will go here. And turn those into plains, strategic pavilion, adjacent military building. Putting it there will not generate. It's not a military building there, so that's fine. But we do gain more from being in the row. That was more luck than judgment, I must confess. That will slot in very nicely in there and get another line. This next one will go... It will go in there nicely. This next one will also slot in there very happily. So, job done. And... yeah, we've only got 3 more tiles remaining. I haven't really pointed out, but it does show on the left-hand side how many you've got left in the deck. It's obviously showing 0 at this stage. I'm going to have to hit the wall here on this one, aren't I? Right, so I'll slot that in there. So there's the wall, so we're now locked in. So there it goes, and... let's see. So we fight immediately. So if I'd went past the wall previously, we would have had to deal with that. But I've got appears to be the right amount of troops. That's just a skull, so it is definitely the bad guy. I have to defeat the wall first. So I'm going to go 1, 4, 25, and this one, and then it is swords, ranges, and then that one, and start the battle. I think I've got the numbers to deal with this. But let's see how we get on. And yeah, so first one is defeated, 62 remaining, 45 remaining, 27. We are not going to get through the wall, but yeah, battle over. We will lose a bit of health. However, that is beat Act 1 with the duchy. That's the first win I've had with the game. After over, well, probably close to coming on 2 hours, I think. So you can pick between the wooden fortress, stone fortress, and carpenter. Gonna go with the stone because I've never seen it before. And there we go. And yes, Act 1, boss defeated, continue. Obviously progresses on to Act 2, Act 3, and then, you know, whatever else. You've also got some progress tree here, so you can unlock different buildings. Again, this is the roguelike type of thing. And yeah, we'll pick that up. And tax office, even though nobody wants that. And you've also got the missions as well, new different quests and stuff. Either way, that has been a bit of Drop Dutchy, hopefully a fairly accurate representation of the game. See, I am enjoying it. It's got a fairly hybrid set of mechanics, and well, it is what it is. Hopefully you have enjoyed this look at the game, and if you want to see more armies, let me know. Tips, comments, suggestions, put them in the comments, and as always, we'll go from there. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching, take care, and generic partings.